Hi and welcome back to second chapter of Microsoft Excel Basics video series. In the last chapter I have talked about Microsoft Excel workbook and the different tabs and the quick access toolbars and so on. If you haven't watched that video, please do go back and watch that video so that you will get familiarized with Microsoft Excel Basics to get started with second chapter today. In this chapter, we'll see what is a worksheet about and the contents within the worksheet, and we will also try to look at some sample example how you can use this Excel worksheet. Now, what do I mean by worksheet? See, worksheets are contained in a workbook. See, it's basically a collection of cells where all of your data and formulas are stored. Now, this sheet 1, what you are able to see here on my screen right now, is the worksheet, and this is called as a cell. So this cell can contain numbers, text or formulas or any sort of data. This worksheet is always organized by rows and columns. Now, what do I mean by rows? Rows are always numbered starting from 1 until so on, and columns are always starting with alphabets from A and so on. In total, there are 10,48,576 rows like this and 16,384 columns in total and so on. Now, each cell in a worksheet is referenced by a column letter and a row number. Now, how do I know what is meant by column letter and a row number? Is, for example, I have placed my cell here, okay, and it is in column C with a row number 3. The box that you see here at the top left end, this is called as a name box. This always shows whenever I have placed cursor in the worksheet. This always shows the active cell. What do I mean by active cell is, when I keep my cursor or in any of the cell grid, this is called as a active cell. So it always, name box always reflects the active cell number. So here G denotes the column and 3 denotes the row. Alright. So now when the cell is active, you can edit the cell or enter numbers or text or any formulas in it. For example, I will just type here as A. I just click here. I'll type here as A, 1, 2, 3, and any special symbol and so on. Alright. So this is how I can edit an active cell. Further to this, I'll try to explain you how you can create any sort of data within this Excel worksheet. Alright. And we will also try to see the different options, like how you can save this Excel worksheet with a file name and into a specific location and so on. Now let's try to look at one of the sample example. With that, you'll be able to understand how you can really use this worksheet in this video. Now, I just keep my mouse here in the active cell, which is B2. That means B is a column and the row is 2. So let me try to create a simple contact list. So what do? I will type here as contact and list. So when I say contact list, let me make it bold. If I want to make it bold, I have an option with under this font group where you will be able to see this bold. If I just click on it, so this particular text will become bold. So that's how it is. Now if I want to increase the font size of this particular text to make it as a header, I can just click on this option so that the font size gets increased. Now you will be able to see when I clicked on this contact list, in this particular active cell, the second word is getting cut. If I want to include that second word, which is list, into the same column, just double click on this edge of this particular column B. When I just click on it, so everything got fit within that particular column. Okay, alright, so let's get ahead. Now within this contact list, let me fill in the name and the before that, let me add in something called as a serial number and the name. So this would be a very simple table just to show you the different options that would be contained within the worksheet and how you can start using it. Now when I have to enter serial numbers, I mean to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until 7, 8, 9 and 10. So I'll try to add 10 contact names here within the contact names. So I'll put it as Ajay, Ajit, Akash, Arun, Bhavish, Chidambar, Dinesh, Isha, Fahad and Jayesh. So these are the different contact names within the contact list that I have filled in. Now you are able to see in one of the columns I have entered numbers and in another column I have entered text. Alright. Now if I want to show you one of the options, assume if this list keeps on growing, okay, alright, if this list keeps on growing, then I might have to type them manually. Instead of that, what I can do, Excel gives us an option. For example, I will delete all these numbers now and try to instruct Microsoft Excel with the option which is already provided that I want to have the serial numbers already. So for example, I will enter number 2 here. I will select these 2 cells and what you are able to see is a small square box here, okay, above this green rectangular area. Just keep your left mouse button clicked and drag it, right, until the names that you have. So when I drag it and leave it, it automatically populates the serial numbers that I want to have. So this small box or the square box which you will see on the active cell when I'll be able to drag it is called the fill handle. Now earlier I mentioned every single box that you see within a worksheet is called as a cell, and so these multiple cells together when I select them is called as a range. Okay, what do I mean by a range? So range is a continuous group of highlighted cells that are adjacent to my names here, and now this range can also be named together, which I will take into the further sessions how you can do that and with the different options that you have. Let's try to do a little formatting of this contact list table that I have created here. Now if I assume if I want to bring all of these numbers into the middle of the column, just select this entire column here. Under this alignment group which you will see under this home button tab, just select this center your content. When you just click on that, your numbers would be formatted within or aligned within the center alignment. Alright, so let's try to do a little formatting with this here, and let me select this entire data, and under this font group there are borders that you can add into this particular contact list. How to do that? If I want to add borders, let me select all borders here. So this is how a simple contact list or the data can be fed into the Excel worksheet. Now that was the very basic I wanted to show you into this second chapter. In the further chapters we will get in deeper with different options that you can use within Excel worksheets, how you can do the formatting, okay, and how you can create a table and the range names and so on with the different options that we will see in the subsequent chapters. If I want my worksheet or the data to be saved, what should I have to do is I have to save this Excel worksheet. How will I do that? Go to the file and click on save. When I click on save, it asks me the location where would I want to save. So you can click the browse option here. When you click on browse option, you can select the different locations where do you want to save. For example, just to demonstrate, I will select the desktop location and I will try to create a new folder where I can save this file here. So what I will do is I'll click on new folder. I'll create a new folder as with a name. Okay, I will create it as chapter 2, and within this chapter 2 folder, so I will have to give my file name here. So I just name it as contact list. So in my last chapter, you would have seen with the different file saving methods like Excel SX, Excel SM, Excel SB and Excel S video. With this very basic Excel video series, we'll get in deeper into the Excel worksheets further on. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and you can choose any of these options which will define the compatibility methods as part of saving this file. As of now, I will select this with .xls format. Just select that option and click on save. So that's it. Your file is saved now. Your file name has got changed at the top bar here, which is showing as contact list. Let's go back to our desktop and see. So this is how you will see your chapter 2 was the folder here, and within this chapter 2 folder, this is my file which is getting saved now. I hope this very brief introduction about worksheet, the rows and the cells, it was very helpful or informative for you. Please stay tuned until my next. Bye.